Dune time, Dune time, it's Dune time. I'm player 4 here in a ranked game. I've got my first pick at whoever I want. Oh my goodness. Firm Grip, Finnegan Death Commando, Missionara Protectiva, Imperial Bashar, and In the Shadows. No Helena, no Armand. You know, I think do I feel like playing Baron? Do I feel like playing Tessia? You know what? I'm gonna play a Baron game. I'm just in the mood. I'm in the mood for a Baron game. Tessia here gets picked afterwards. So 2 big power influence players already selected. Yeah, I just feel like playing the Baron Harkonnen. Paul Atreides picked for player number 2. We've got Sanshui, Synthra, Iklan, and myself. Blue Joan. Blue Joan. If I somehow have 6 persuasion in hand, I might just early reveal for both In the Shadows and Firm Grip. We'll do these 2 as per usual. No, I don't have 6 persuasion. It's not a great hand for me. It's not a great hand. Do I just flat early reveal for Firm Grip? Ugh, that would feel kind of bad. Ugh. But there's a certain amount of sense to it. There's a certain amount. I'm not sure how much the amount actually is, but there is an amount of sense to that play. Just because, like, what am I even doing here? And as the 4th player, Tessia is definitely going to early reveal if neither of these 2 do. There's also, maybe I go to tech negotiation, get to 5 so that maybe a 5 pops up after people have bought stuff here if someone does early reveal, which again I think is possible. And if no one does, then at least I can for sure get the Firm Grip. Whereas if I go to Carthag now, I'm down to 3 and I might... Oh, okay. I wonder if I even should have put in 3 here. Somebody might go to Hardy Warriors. No, 3 is bad. 2 is okay. I want to keep 2 in my garrison for a potential Hardy Warriors next round, although I could easily get blocked from it. All right, so if for some reason neither of these 2 early reveal... Okay, Paul early revealed he's taking both. That was what I wanted to do. The W on Brutal there was a keyboard error, but I think it's okay. I think it sort of fits. All right, so now... He did have a sword. Okay, so we would have tied for first had I put in my other troop. But again, I didn't want to do that. because I need to make sure I have my master stroke as an option, which means I have to deploy 4 troops in 1 turn. So I need to have 2 in my garrison so that I can go to Hardy Warriors, get 2, +2, throw them all in, and get the master stroke. Well, tech negotiation, do I go for this crazy guy? Do I pick up spice for some reason? I could deploy more and get this victory point, but again, I don't think that's wise. If Tessia has 2 daggers and I use my dagger, then we'll tie, which will be frustrating. But I'm going to... am I going to risk it? That seems like... You know what? I don't want to risk it. So I'm actually going to send the signet ring up here. Just get myself a negotiator. And we'll see what I end up being able to get for 3. I just don't want to risk the double daggers and then I lose an intrigue card. You know what I mean? And I'm not crazy enough about the Imperial Bashar to risk it for him. I'm happy enough if I end up with the Death Commando, or honestly even the Freighter Fleet. Okay, Freighter Fleet is gone. Voice is going to be gone. So I'll go with the Death Commando. Unless, like, Shifting Allegiances pops up. No, it's another Death Commando. Okay. She had 1 dagger, so... Turns out I would have been fine, but yeah, honestly, I think I'd rather probably have the Death Commando than the Bashar anyway. Okay, there's an initiate. So, it's quite nice to know about this right now. All right, another intrigue card and 2 Solari coming in. That's good news. Paul gets the victory point. That's fine. Reinforcements, okay. Okay, Machinations. This would be a great one for me to Hardy Warriors, but will I be allowed to do it? Paul here. So last round, what did Paul do? Didn't go to any of these spots. So, Ilbon was the turn 1 smuggling. So Paul has both of his faction cards now, I think is probably what that means. Tessia is going to want to... Okay, her signet ring has been used. But she's got faction cards in hand. She's got her diplomacy in hand now. Okay, but Paul blocks fold space, so I wouldn't be surprised if she hits Hardy Warriors here now. Oh. Changing the mind here? What does Paul decide to do? Decides to go to wealth. Okay, that might mean that Tessia goes to fold space to unlock shipping this round. Rather than... Yeah. Okay, so I'm clear for the Hardy Warriors, which is great. So I am certainly going to do it. So that's the Master Stroke. That will unlock Siege Tabor, gets me a bump up here. If I win this, I'll be able to get the second bump here. Perhaps just work up to the Fremen alliance. Diplomacy, I think I will go to still suits if I can. Otherwise, it's secrets if I can. I thought about maybe using the diplomacy first, just in case there wasn't a good spot to send the second faction card, and then I could conserve the Seek Allies for another time in case I didn't get to use it now, or in case maybe I decided I wanted to go to tech negotiation for some reason. I probably should have done it in that order just in case. But it is what it is. So next, Tessie is about to go to shipping, and then she's going to go to shipping again the following round. So the problem with, you know, taking Baron in position 4 when there's a Tessia there is Tessia is also going to have no problem unlocking shipping, and she's going to be going before you 3 out of 4 rounds in the game. And so it makes it tough to, you know, get that dominance on the shipping track with Baron. But whatever. Okay, so Still Suits was unfortunately taken. So we'll go to secrets then. And just collect some more intrigue cards. Let's see what we get. Water of Life. Okay. Well, I'm full of intrigue, so we'll have to be a little bit careful there. Full scale assault. And there is Jessica. So I'm nowhere as far as my Solari collecting goes. I'm going to need a High Council seat this game. Oh, okay. Yes, I will take Sayadina. So Sayadina has Bene Gesserit and Fremen faction icons. So that's helpful right on its own. All right, I win the Machinations. We're going to take Guild and Fremen, I think. I think I want to move up there and kind of just get that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll worry about the Bene Gesserit and the Emperor later, but I want to kind of get that water. I want to just make sure I kind of own this track. Here's my hand. Oh, boy. No water, no spice. I have 2 Solari. I have 1 Negotiator. Tessia, I imagine, wants interstellar shipping, but there is a lot of spice here. Okay, and she can reserve it for herself. Either here or here, I expect. We'll see. Blocks Swordmaster. That, to me, is a little weird. Who else could possibly have gotten there? Okay. Now, now, an issue for me here is I'm over the limit on intrigue cards, and so I mean, smuggling kind of, I feel like I have to smuggle so that I can interstellar shipping next round. I think I have to do that. And then I'll keep the Signet Ring back for now. And maybe I'll end up using the reinforcements here. We'll see. But it feels a little strange to me that Tessia blocks Swordmaster, given that nobody else can get there. Where she could have blocked, you know, one of these spots that it seemed like somebody would probably want to do. Because now Ilban can go to Conspire with his second agent. Paul decides to research station. He's going to be going for Jessica. Paul going to have a very strong deck this game. Okay. And for my last trick... Is there any crazy reason to Mentat? I don't think so. Maybe I actually start collecting water for the Sayadina. I think that makes sense. And the question is, do I risk buying an intrigue card? If I absolutely have to, I can burn the reinforcements. That kind of messes up everything else, but I'm going to risk it. Okay, I have to do it. Well, maybe that gets me this conflict. Even though, to a degree, I would rather get water. I mean, not really. I'd rather just win. So I get this point and control of Imperial Basin rather than, you know, somebody else getting the point. It's not ideal because now I have no Solari. Yeah, there's the Conspire from Ilbon. So that play could have been stopped by Tessia. Paul deciding whether or not to early reveal, perhaps, for Jessica right now. For me with 3, I think maybe I take another Death Commando so that I can get the Fremen bond potentially with the other ones. Or maybe I just go for a Liaison because I do need Spice Must Flows and I don't have Persuasion in the deck. So I think actually Liaison makes more sense than another Death Commando at this stage, although the trashing is attractive, but I'm tempted. Okay. So that doesn't cost him Persuasion to do. You definitely want to play the Firm Grip. So he's taking a slight chance that maybe Tessia has enough Persuasion to get Jessica here, but I think it makes sense to play the Firm Grip. Carthag for Tessia. How hard does she want to go here? Just wants a water. Okay. I'm going with the Commandos. I just want 2 Fadakan Death Commandos. I think a Liaison makes more sense here, but I just kind of can't help myself. It's just sort of a funny idea. And so I want to see how it goes. Let's see what Ilbon reveals for. He has an intrigue card, but I also do have the Master Tactician I can use if I need to. If somehow I end up getting 2 water instead of the victory point, it's not the worst thing in the world. There's the freighter fleet. Ilbon jumps up. 1 on the shipping track. Tons of spice here waiting. Tessia, well, if Ilbon gets second, he'll have the water to grab that with his first agent next round. Paul does pick up Jessica. This is an insane game for Paul. He has Firm Grip in the shadows and Jessica right now. So that's a problem. That's a problem. And I have no Solari. So I've got no hope at Swordmaster coming up because I blew my Solari on this, but yeah, a victory point. And potentially some spice income. So, you know what? I think it's all right. All right. So we do get the victory, which is great. There's a bunch of spice sitting there. I don't think it's going to make it over to me. All right. Now, here's my chance to hit shipping. So I think I have to do it, and I do have the Fremen bond on there. If I, yeah. Okay, let me. There's also 4 spies here, though. Do I care that much about shipping? It's nice. It would get me high count. Maybe I could get high council seat and buy a spice must flow this round. No, I couldn't. Oh. Can't resist. I can't resist just 4 spice for free. Who knows when I'll get the chance to hit interstellar shipping again, but you know, this is selective breeding. Maybe it's Chomurky. I don't know. It's a tough call because maybe I could have ended up getting into this conflict with these troops, with the Master Tactician. Maybe. I don't think so, though. Okay, unfortunately, selective reading is not going to happen for me. Okay, well, I can play Saiyadina to still suits and get a victory point. So that's going to be the play. Because I have 1 water that I got from going to Siege Tabor last round. Then 1 water here, 1 water here, that's a point. So that's got to be the move. I'll still have 6 persuasion left over for Reverend Mother. Thank you. No troops can go in because I didn't ship. Otherwise, you know, who knows? But I think I feel good about that. Tell me though. Tell me what you think. Should I have just done shipping and left 4 spies on the table? Let me know what you think. All right, now it does put my persuasion down to 3, so I'm not going to be able to get Reverend Mother here, but now it is going to be time for an Arrakis liaison. Because we do need some persuasion. The Missionaria Protectiva is somewhat interesting. But I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no because, I mean, I have the Saiyadina and that's really it, right? So it's not great. And the Saiyadina often is not going to be the first agent I play because often it's going to be like, hey, let me collect some water, then play the Saiyadina, something like that. So I think it's just very unlikely to work out with the Missionaria Protectiva. Paul plays Firm Grip again. Goes to Wealth. I've got 6 points at the moment, which is, you know, it's a nice start. I've got 1 from a conflict. I got 1 from Saiyadina. That's cool. I need to start buying Spice Must Flows, though. So I might end up in a situation where I actually have to just smuggle down to get a High Council seat, which isn't really what you want. But, you know, I'm not going to get another chance at shipping now for a while. That was my chance to do it, right? And I went a different way for 4 spice. We'll see if it pays off. I have no Solari. Okay, so it would have been tough for me to beat Ilbon in this conflict had I gotten into it. Oh, power play for Paul, just what he needs. Good Lord, Paul Atreides. We're gonna applaud for Paul. Here's a spice must flow for Tessia. So that's gonna make it hard for me with the corner of the market. I really need to be just like, I need those things. So High Council is going up on my priority list. Maybe Conspire would be a good use of this spice to get me an influence with the Emperor and to get me into High Council. Diplomacy, the only card that can get me there. All right, here's Desert Power for what? There's a Sayadina. Vidakan Death Commando. Okay, well, the Sayadina is worth 3 persuasion right now, but the rest of my hand is kind of rough. Let's see what we can get up to. Yeah, these Death Commandos, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Arakeen, maybe if I can. Arakan? Arakeen if I Arakan. And just hope for something a little bit better, like a Diplomacy. On the other hand, just continuing to collect water for another Sayadina point, maybe later. Also, a selective breeding might just be the play. Okay, 2 people have skipped interstellar shipping here. Is Tessia going to skip it? Tessia also skips it. She grabs High Council seat. Okay, so High Council is not happening for me, but I am going to get shipping, which is pretty good for me. So that's going to be my play. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll take Solari here. What do I want to do with this? I could potentially start moving up the Bene Gesserit alliance, or I could maybe work on that. I think I will actually do this. And I'm just going to trash this dagger out of my hand. Maybe I should actually trash a Dune, because what does it even matter? No. I'll stick with the dagger. Just get dead persuasion cards out of the deck. It means that, you know, I've got a little bit of a limited amount of green cards to get me to, you know, High Council or Swordmaster if I ever do it. Stealing my spice with that Dreadnought. Dreadnoughts. I'm kind of unsure if I want to hit selective breeding right now. Secrets obviously would be a little bit sketch because of what's going on here. I could go to still suits just to get a water and deploy to maybe get another spice. Or I could even put in 2 of them. Or maybe even just 1 and burn the Master Tactician. Maybe that makes sense, so that I have room for a different intrigue card when I get Signet Ring back. But it would be good to get up towards that alliance, I feel. But yeah, Secrets is dangerous because I don't have... you know, I don't have intrigue cards I can burn unless I get a troop into the conflict. So I kind of think maybe I want to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put in 1. Okay, Water of Life is now active, but doesn't make a lot of sense at the moment. And yeah, my plan is to burn the Master Tactician just to take 2nd place to get another water and another spice, which would be handy because that means that I'm moving along towards another point with Sayadina later. It gives me, you know, potential for Water of Life, potential for Research Station. Okay, Ilbon grabs Restricted Ordnance. There's now a Memo Quarters. Well, I don't think that's going to last too long. I think Tessie is going to go and snag that. She has 1 negotiator, so she just... Okay, but Tech Negotiation is gone, so maybe it's not going to happen immediately. It's going to have to wait till next round, but somebody's going to take that next round. Indubitably. Fold space for Paul, gets the Guild Alliance, gets 3 Solari for himself. So I'm in a big victory point lead at the moment. But it's kind of stalling out, right? I don't have any more easy points on the track. I've got 2 to get here. This alliance feels fairly safe right now, but it's hard to say, you know, Tessia can jump to there. All right, so it's just a reveal, and I am going to take another liaison. Let's see what Paul reveals for. Hopefully he doesn't have 3 swords. Ilbon's going to get this. It's going to be another point for him and a water. Picks up Dr. Yeah. Gurney Halleck is revealed just in time for Paul, as if he didn't need any more good cards. In the Shadows gets him up there with, oh my goodness, Paul. And there's another Spice Must Flow. Okay, so I'm never getting the 2nd point out of this. I'll be lucky if I can even get 1 at this point. Because Tessia now is 2. I'm going to have to get 3 Spice Must Flows, and she has to get none. You know what I mean? That's going to be tough. We use the Master Tactician, like I said. Take the 2nd place reward. Free up a spot for another Intrigue card. And somebody's going to get that. Probably Paul. Well, he doesn't have the resources to get it. But he can, yeah, he can interstellar shipping and just take it right now. So that's what Paul's going to do. What am I going to do? Yeah, there's the shipping from Paul. I think I need to get High Council seat. Unfortunately, it does not result in a Spice Must Flow for me. Without using Water of Life. Paul Atreides, man. Running away with it. Now ties me for 7. He's well on his way. He has 2 alliances. He's got an easy point to pick up with the Fremen here. I do have 2 water, so if and when Saidina comes back around, I'll probably be able to get a point out of there. But I desperately, desperately need Spice Must Flows. Alternatively, I guess I could just go for a bunch of spice and set up for, you know, round 7, maybe a round 7 Hayliner and just take it home that way, maybe? That is an option. I think Ilbon will get High Council seat right now if I don't do it. So I think I'm just gonna do that. I could also research station. I'm gonna get this done. I'll get another intrigue card. Okay. That'll get me Spice Must Flow. I can use the Poison Snooper. I'll draw either the convincing argument or the diplomacy. If I draw the convincing argument, then I can still play the Death Commando or the Reconnaissance. If I draw the convincing argument, then I just reveal and get myself a Spice Must Flow. What did Ilbon do? Reverend Mother to Secrets. Okay. All right. Tessia grabs the Bene Gesserit Alliance. Well, we're obviously going to draw that. Now I could go to Arakeen with the Death Commando. That'll let me trash something, and still I'll then draw the convincing argument, and I'll still have Spice Must Flow. So that seems like the correct play. It'll give a Solari to Ilbon, which is kind of whatever. Let me do it. Get rid of a Dune. And I'm going to deploy 2 because I would like to get one of those things, whatever they are. An intrigue card or a water. I think I would like to have that. Whether 2 troops is good enough, I don't know, but I feel like next round, probably my troops are not going to be doing much. And this is a chance to get something that could make a difference. Water, obviously, multi-use for me. 1 water would mean I could potentially Water of Life and Research Station, or Water of Life and Great Flat. Saidina obviously is a very thirsty person. This will be my first Spice Must Flow coming up. Paul firmly grips wealth, locks up the alliance with the Emperor, picks up a Fremen victory point at the same time, I imagine. No? Goes with Bene Gesserit, gonna fight for that alliance. Well, he does have the memo quarter, so that is also a point for him. So I can understand why he would do that instead. Either way, I feel, but maybe he feels like he can get... Okay, Tessia buying more Spice Must Flow, yeah. So this, unfortunately, is never going to be worth 2, but it still might be worth 1. And it looks like I might get 2nd place here, which would be great. Yeah, 3 spice must flows over there. I got 1. It doesn't look like I'll be getting this Emperor point this game. So my hopes for points at the moment are basically Sayadina and Spice Must Flow corner of the market. That's kind of where it feels like I'm at. A reveal of the power play. Couldn't find a way to use it this round. Got blocked, I guess, here. But I'm quite happy to get second place here. Really good value out of those 2 troops at this point in the game. Couldn't really ask for more than that. Let's see what I get. Man, oh man, I'm never getting anything out of here. Constantly being dominated. A master tactician. It's not not great. Kind of just eats up a space in my hand, so I'm not happy to draw that. But it's what it is. The water is good. Tessia deciding whether to take an intrigue card or a water right now. Currently at 3 intrigue cards, but does go first this coming round. So has the opportunity to manage that before anybody else can hit secrets potentially. I'm about to reshuffle. It's a no Swordmaster game here for me on Baron, by the way. Battle for Imperial Basin. Okay, well, this is not going to be a victory for me. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Is this just a straight up reveal? Yikes. I mean, I have Water of Life, so I could use it to try to draw Sayadina and maybe get that point and a Spice Must Flow, because the game could end this round. And if I just get 1 Spice Must Flow, then I'll end up at 10 points. I think I have to gamble this. There she is. There she is. There's my girl. She's cool with it. She's cool with it. Is that right? Or is there some reason where I go water somewhere else first and then try to play Sayadina to one of these spots? Does that make any sense? It's risky. What if both these spots get taken? Then I'm in real trouble. I don't think I want to risk that. So let's just do this. Let's get that point. Let's end the turn. And we still got options. Signet Ring can go somewhere, get myself another intrigue card, and I can buy Spice Must Flow. That'll get me to 10, 11. Which, you know, 11 is good. Is it good enough? I don't know. Because I'm not going to be winning this 2-point conflict. It's looking pretty good for Ilbon to win it, which is actually ideal for me, I think. Though that Gurney Halleck might have something to say about that. Who has Chomurky? Ilbon has Chomurky. So spice could still matter for first place. So I think maybe I go Imperial Basin and buy an intrigue card, because Carthag is risky. If I buy 2 intrigue cards here, someone might steal it. I mean, I could get one and see what it is and then get another one. But it might come down to spice. I'm going to get one here. Yeah, let me do this. Let's see what we get. Okay. I mean, what are you going to do? So that fed Ilbon a spice, which I'm not concerned about because he has the Chomurky anyway. But this will help me potentially beat Paul or Tessia if we end up tied. It'd be great if, I don't know if Tessia somehow trashed any of her Spice Must Flows. I very much doubt it. But if somehow that happens, then maybe I could get the point out of that. The second point. Okay, so Paul, does he have the Memo Quarters point? Yes. He's getting that point there. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11. If he wins this, and then if he buys a Spice Must Flow, 12. So it's looking pretty good for Paul. We'll see if Ilbon has anything he can say about it. I mean, he does have the restricted ordnance. So he has a water, so he could deploy still. He could deploy here. All right, so that's Spice Must Flow. And yeah, I ended 11 with 7 spice. So, I mean, I'm rooting for Ilbon to beat Paul here. I'm pretty sure, but that's not going to do it. Okay, well. That's not going to do it unless he's got a rapid mobilization. In which case, that's a great play there. Does he have the Bene Gesserit combo to make people discard? That would be helpful. But no. Maybe he's got big intrigue cards. Maybe. So right now he's at 13 strength versus Paul. Doesn't seem like it's going to be good enough. Is there some chance Paul can't buy Spice Must Flow? Oh wait, the Memo Quarters. No, he needs another point with the Fremen to get the Memo Quarters point. So, and that's blocked at the moment. He doesn't have this. Does he have Firm Grip? No. Okay, so maybe Paul can't get to 12. Maybe his best case... Oh, there we go. There's the... yeah, in the shadows. Oh, boy. All right. Maybe he can't get Spice Must Flow, though? Maybe that? What? What is Tessia doing right now? Signet ring to smuggling. Oh yeah, she can't get to 2 on the Emperor that way. Because she doesn't currently... Whoa. Okay. Okay. And gets another intrigue card at the same time. Okay, well played, Tessia. So she used her ring to drop here and boost Fremen up 1. Then she used the shipping influence to go back up here to get the alliance back and get another intrigue card. Ilbon gets a Spice Must Flow. Tessie has no techs. Who knows what she may have for endgames in her intrigues. Paul does not buy a Spice Must Flow. That's good news. But he did get this, so he's going to end at 11. I'll beat him on the Spice Tiebreaker, though. At the moment, I'll beat Tessia on a Spice Tiebreaker. Uh-oh. Not anymore. Not anymore. Now Tessie will beat me on... Hold on. Oh, she got... Okay. Damn it. Well, let's see. She still has to get an endgame point somehow. Or 2 endgame points to get to 11. Oh, Ilbon with the staged incident gets himself to 8. This is still absolutely anybody's game. It's going to come down to the end games, as it often does. Paul gets to... Oh, plans within plans. Okay, game over. No, wait, she doesn't have 2 points out of it. But she has Grand Conspiracy. Does she have anything there? Put on the market for 1. Yes! That spice... The spice did the trick. Yes! Baron Harkonnen crushes the young Duke. I mean, it's not exactly a crushing, but it is a victory. That was a very close game. So that was a no Swordmaster game. And managed to beat Paul Atreides, who got Firm Grip, In the Shadows, Jessica, Power Play, and Gurney Halleck. I mean, I've been there. I've certainly had games where I got all these incredible cards. It felt so good, and it just didn't quite work out in the end. So for me, I mean, look, the Sayadina was a big part of that. I got 2 victory points out of Sayadina. And then, managed to win a conflict. That was the Masterstroke round 2. I don't know if I ever got a single spice out of that because it just kept being controlled over and over again. Maybe I did. I think there was one round where I did, right? There was the round where I went here and picked up 4 spice instead of going to shipping. And I never ended up spending that spice. It just ended up being my tiebreaker. Never went to Conspire. Never went to Selective Breeding, I don't think. But you know what? It made a difference in the end. So that's another no Swordmaster game. It's so interesting. For the first, year of playing this game, it happened a couple of times that I played a no Swordmaster game and won. But I feel like this is now a trend for me. I'd say in the last month to maybe month and a half, I feel like I've played somehow maybe 4 games like this where I've won the game with no Swordmaster. It's really fascinating. It's just such an incredible game. There's so many possibilities. There are so many routes to victory. There are so many variants. It's just a really, really beautiful thing. So that's why we're here playing it. That's why you're here watching it. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. It just never really ceases to amaze me. So thank you so much for watching this video. Of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/bludgeon if you haven't done that. And hey, if you like what I'm up to here, then you can get more of it by becoming a member. Click the join button below the video here, and that'll get you an exclusive extra game every Monday for Members Monday. It'll also unlock stream VODs for you all the way down to the beginning of the channel and all the way forward, obviously, as long as you remain a member. And it also gives you access to fun emotes that you can use on the YouTube comments or on the streams. And you also get a cool loyalty badge that levels up the longer you remain a member. If you sub on Twitch, that will also unlock stream VODs for you from the most recent streams for a certain amount of time. So you can do that with a regular sub or a Prime sub. And that is it. Thank you again so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.